chapter 13 with unit 3. Unit 3 is commas with compound sentences, and we discussed it previous time. We said that I have independent clause, which is called sentence. In the middle, they are connected by fanboys, and there is a comma before each conjunction, before and or were or for. Okay. Then we go to commas after introductory participles and participial phrases. If I read the title, I'll say, what of that? What is commas after introductory? Okay, commas, we know commas. After introductory, it comes at the beginning. Something comes at the beginning. Okay, the first kind is participles and participial phrase. So number one, participle and participial phrase. And we have already taken the participles and the participial phrases. And we know that participle is a word that ends in ing, but it doesn't function as a verb. It functions as an adjective. Okay, so I always place a comma after it. Shouting as loud as she could. This is participial phrase. Shouting as loud as she could, comma. And then comes the independent clause, the sentence, Morgan got her mom's attention. So shouting as loud as she could, I have to add a comma after it because this is participial phrase. Then we see here also after introductory, but in this case, infinitive phrase. In this case, infinitive phrase. So infinitive, what is infinitive? Is 2 plus a verb. 2 plus a verb, okay? And any modifiers is infinitive phrase. Infinitive phrase is followed by a comma. To win the game, comma, we must be very well prepared. So introductory phrase, we took the participial phrase, we took the infinitive phrase, both of them should be followed by a comma. Then we go to prepositional phrase. I'd like to say the prepositional phrase first. So then we go to prepositional phrase. So when I start the sentence with the prepositional phrase, I add a comma. So use a comma after long introductory prepositional phrase or one or two prepositional phrase. Sometimes we have more than one prepositional phrase. I also use a comma. So at the entrance to the cave, here I have at the entrance and I have to the cave. All of it is prepositional phrase and then I add a comma. The guide gave us instructions. During this hot, boring summer days, hot here, boring here, this is a comma between the two adjectives that modify summer. And then I have the basic comma, which is after the prepositional phrases. And then I have the independent clause, time passed very slowly. So I have a comma after infinitive phrase, comma after a participial phrase, comma after prepositional phrase. So then here he says to me, okay, according to some grammar books, a comma may sometimes be omitted between two short main clauses. However, in this book, we should have the comma. Okay, so he says to you that because you study grammar, we should study the rules of the commas and follow them. Comma after prepositional phrase, comma after participial phrase, comma after infinitive phrase. Then we have comma after adverb clause. What is an adverb clause, teacher? I can't remember. Okay, we have independent clause and dependent clause. Dependent clause is when I have a sentence that starts with a subordinating conjunction. So when I say after winning the season opener, what happened? I cannot say after winning the season opening and I stop. I have to add an independent clause after it. So I have to follow it by a comma. And this was a very important rule why we took independent and dependent clauses. We said whenever I start with dependent clause, I have to add a comma after it. So the students completed their homework in study hall. Here, quietly, here is an adverb, comma, quietly. However, okay, today, comma, many students have access to computers. So these are introductory clause, adjective clause. Here, another example, when I start with introductory adverb clause, when the team got off the plane, when the team got off the plane, comma, hundreds of onlookers began to cheer. If you intend to travel to New York this summer, comma, you should make your plans now. So I add a comma after what, girls? Participial phrase, prepositional phrase, infinitive phrase, and adverb clause when they come at the beginning of the sentence. Okay. Use a comma after an introductory, as we said, prepositional phrase or a series of introductory prepositional phrases like here. By 4 o'clock on Thursday, comma, I'll be at the beach. A comma is not always necessary after a short introductory prepositional phrase. However, your meaning will be clear if you use a comma after most introductory prepositional phrases, and the comma will be correct in most cases. Don't use a comma after introductory prepositional phrase if it's immediately followed by the verb. In inverted sentence, inside the bag on the bedroom door is the flashlight. I cannot say inside the bag on the bedroom door and then I put a comma, because is the flashlight cannot come alone. Then we go to lesson 4 is commas with sentence interrupters. Commas with sentence interrupters. First of all, we need to know what is an interrupter. Interrupter is words that interrupt the thought or the flow of the sentence. It interrupts it. Okay, here, to pause the thought, interrupts the flow of sentence. I have 4 examples of interrupters. 4 examples. Appositive phrases, remember the appositive? Appositive, when I give another noun to the noun, and words used in the direct address, parenthetical expression, and essential clauses and phrases. We will start with appositive. It is easy. So here I have another example of interrupter. Here I have sentence. So I start the sent here and continue ends here. So these are 2 parts of the sentence, and there is interrupter in the middle. Interrupter in the middle, and this interrupter could be omitted. This interrupter could be omitted. When it could be omitted, it's what, girls? It's an interrupter and should be put between 2 commas. Remember when we took it in the positive or not, girls? Remind me. Do you remember?
Yes.
So we said that sometimes a positive, when it's not important, it comes what? Grade 11, it comes what? Between 2 commas. So I have the sentence, and in the middle, I have interrupter. So it doesn't come at the end, at the beginning. It is not an introductory. No, it's interrupter. So please take those smelly socks to the garage, comma Chris, and put them in the washing machine. My essay, to be perfectly honest, flew out of the bus window while I was riding to school. What you just ate, comma, if you must know, was squid eyeballs too. Let's see, number 1, comma, let's see, I wanted to give you the positive phrase first, but we will take the direct address first. And what is direct address? Direct address, when I say to you, your painting, Glenda, is very original. So I can say your painting is very original, and I can omit Linda. I can omit it out of the sentence and it still functions well. So your painting is very original. So when I add Linda in the middle, and it's not important, so it is a direct address, so I can omit it. Everyone, hey, everyone, comma, do you have your artworks ready to turn it? Please show us your sketches, Amanda. This is direct address. To call a person or group of people to attention by using his or her name. It's called direct address. In direct address, we can omit it. As long as we can omit, we put it between 2 commas. Class, where would you put the comma in the sentence? So after class, comma, because I can omit it, I can just say, where would you put the comma in the sentence? Mr. Vitino, We love to learn about commas. We can eliminate Mr. Right now and we say we love to learn about commas, and that's it. And then we have commas to set off non-restrictive or positive phrase. Teacher, what is non-restrictive? Oh, this is too hard. Remember a positive phrase. Remember a positive phrase when I give a noun to another noun. Okay? So when I say my friend Sarah is absent, teacher, I know now the positive. I remember a positive. Non-restrictive is non-essential. It is not important. So here when I say my friend Mengish and Arkit help me with everything I do. Here it's essential. I cannot eliminate it. Because who are the friends exactly? My favorite book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving, got lost last night. So here I have to say the name of the book. I cannot eliminate it. Non-essential positive phrase. Alex, his head teacher of the school is very strict. The sentence should be Alex is very strict. There is no need to say his head teacher of the school. So here is this is non-essential. I can omit it. As long as I can omit it, I put it between two commas. A positive and commas. Again, your friend Bill is in trouble. I cannot eliminate it. My brother's car, a sporty red convertible with bucket seats. The envy of my friends. So I can eliminate this red, and my brother's car is the envy of my friends. The chief surgeon took her nephew on a hospital tour. An expert in organs plant procedures can be eliminated, so I put it between two commas. Interrupters. We are in the interrupters. We took direct address when I call the person's name in front of me, and positives. Number 3, something called parenthetical expression. What are parenthetical expressions? Parenthetical expressions is when I add words just to show nothing. It doesn't add any extra information, like I believe, I think, on the other hand, in my opinion, however, and that's like transitional phrases, like clauses, like transitional clauses. These are unnecessary words that interrupt a sentence. They do not add additional information. As a result, by the way, for example, for instance, furthermore, however, of course, moreover, all of these are parenthetic parenthetical and transitional expressions. Where do I add the comma? Here, before and after, because I can eliminate it. Before and after, in my opinion, in the first place. Of course, on the other hand, the internet, in my opinion, I can eliminate, in my opinion. On the other hand, comma, because it comes at the beginning of the sentence, so I cannot add a comma at the beginning. But if it's in the middle, the internet and comma, on the other hand, comma, it provides distraction. And then I have contrasting expression also when I say not that one, not there, not mine. It was here, not there. I can eliminate not there, so it is between two commas. Then we took direct address. We took a positive phrase. We took the parenthetical expressions. We take the last one, which is non-essential adjective clause. Non-essential adjective clause. Example of non-essential adjective clause. Even his eyes, which had been young, looked old. Teacher, I don't remember adjective clause. I'll tell you. Adjective clause is a clause that has a subject and has a verb, and it modifies the word that comes after it. So even his eyes, which eyes? Which had been young. His eyes had been young. So which had been young modifies eyes. Which had been young modifies eyes. So it is between two commas, and I can eliminate it. Here, scientists who explore the sea face many hazards. Where is the adjective clause? Who explore the sea? Can I eliminate it? No. Why? Because who face many hazards? The scientists face many hazards? No. The specifically who explore the sea. So here I cannot eliminate it. So the adjective clause that could be eliminated is between two commas. A Atlanta, which is the capital of Georgia. So it is not important. I can say also Atlanta is the transportation center of the Southwest, not essential. But people who are afraid of heights do not like to look down of the balconies. Can I say people do not like to go to look down from the balconies? No, because I have to specify which kind of people, those who are afraid of heights. Okay, so how can I know if the adjective clause should be set off with commas? Try saying it aloud without the adjective clause. Like here, people do not like to look down. Which kind of people? I don't know, so I have to add it. But Atlanta is I can eliminate, which is the capital of Georgia. Okay? Again, we took the commas to separate direct address, appositives, parenthetical expression, and non-essential clauses and phrases. So we go to page 246, 246, and we start solving. 246. Please be with me. I want, okay, girls, when does this period finish? Tell me so I can divide the time.
120.
Grade 11.
115.
Yes? What?
115.
Oh, okay, we still have time. Alhamdulillah. So here I start to answer Dima number 1.
Teacher, which page again?
246. It is the first time commas after introductory phrases or clauses. It comes at the beginning.
On a separate piece of paper, revise each sentence. Number 1, study the dining habits from the past to understand today's table manners.
You know what else he wants, dear? Dima, do you know what does he want?
No.
Dima? He wants you to flip the sentence and make it start with an introductory element. Take any part of the sentence and put it at the beginning in order to add a comma after it.
Can we say from the past?
Yes, dear. Yeah, excellent. So I start with from the past to add what after it?
A comma.
Excellent. Okay. Number 2, Lujain.
Yes, miss. Ancient Romans ate their meals using only their fingers. We place a comma after meals. Maybe.
You flip the period. When you start with independent clause, you do not add a comma. Flip the sentence. I'm sorry. Flip the sentence.
Okay, so using only their fingers, comma, ancient Romans ate their meals.
Excellent. So we start with only their fingers and then we add. Number 3, Linda.
Yes. Using every finger but the pinky and the ring finger, comma.
Yes.
Ate with their hands.
Excellent. Number 4, Lujain answered. Mariam. Mariam Muhammad, the fork, number 4.
Number 4, the frog shot aristocrats when it introduced in the 11th century.
What can I start with?
When it was introduced in the 7th century, comma, the fork shocked aristocrats.
Excellent. Number 5, Malika. Yes, okay, dear. After Malika.
Aristocrats still resisted the fork in the 15th. In 15th, aristocrats still resisted.
Yes, excellent. Okay, number 6, who said she wants to answer after Malika? Maya or Noor?
Yes, can I
Okay,
answer
Noor,
after?
6. Huda, okay, after Maya.
Nancy.
Nancy, okay, after Maya, dear.
Okay. Number 5 is right?
No,
Yes,
should
number
I solve
5.
it?
Yes.
You
Yes.
solved 5. Malika just solved
Who
5.
Okay, so answer 6, dear.
Okay. Everybody carried knives before tableware was mass produced.
You start with what?
Wait, maybe I can use.
So you can add a comma after it.
Wait, miss. Miss, I don't know.
You start with a clause to add a comma after it. So how can you flip the sentence to start with a part of a sentence that you can add a comma after? I can start saying before tableware was mass produced, comma, everybody carried knives.
طيب.
That's it. I solved it, Maya. You got it, dear?
Miss, I don't know.
It is okay. Okay. Maya, he wants you to flip the sentence and start with a part of the sentence that you can add a comma after it. So if I started with before tableware mass produced, it is an adverb clause. So I add a comma and then add the independent clause. Everybody carried knives. Okay. Number 7, Nancy.
Miss, can I solve number 9?
Okay, Serena. 7, Nancy.
Yes. An ivory spoon was unearthed in Egypt and estimated to be 6,000 years old. Miss, can this just be correct?
You said what? I didn't hear. Read it again, ya Nancy. Where did you add the comma?
I mean, no, we can't rearrange it.
Why? I can. I can start with in Egypt, prepositional phrase. In Egypt, comma.
In
Right?
Egypt,
So how
an
it would
ivory
be,
spoon
Nancy?
was unearthed and estimated to be 6,000 years old.
Excellent. Number 8, who said she wants to answer after Nancy?
That's all number.
Yes, 8.
The Welsh give a fiance a carved wooden spoon to celebrate an engagement. It's correct because we have carved wooden. It's an adjective, right?
It is, yeah. But no, listen, dear. Here, all of the sentences are correct. He wants you to add a comma, so you flip the sentence to add a comma. The commas here is between carved wooden. It is separating two adjectives. He wants you to flip the sentence to start with a comma. Huh?
To start with a comma?
To not start with a comma, and to add a comma after introductory.
The Welsh comma.
Why the Welsh comma? I start saying to celebrate an engagement, comma, the Welsh gave a fiancé a carved wooden spoon.
So we can't add a comma after or keep the comma between carved and wooden.
Why? Carved and wooden is to separate adjectives.
So we keep it.
Keep it, and then I start to celebrate an engagement, and I add a comma after it.
Yes, okay.
Okay? Yes. Number 9, Serena.
So can I solve after Serena?
Yes, Nirvan.
I always ask for chopsticks at Chinese and Japanese restaurant. We'll make it at Chinese and Japanese restaurant, comma. I always ask for chopsticks.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Then we Nirvana.
Yes. Before the 18th century, comma, innkeepers did not provide culture.
Yes. So you add a comma after what?
Before the 18th century.
Yes, and then you continue the sentence. Innkeepers did not provide culture.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Then we go to page 208. 248. 248. Yes, clean.
Miss, I have a doctor appointment. Can I leave? I'll send you the appointment on email.
Yes, go.
Thank you. Bye, teacher.
Bye, dear. 248. Please raise your hand to solve. Sham Hassan, are you here? Wad. Wad, can you answer number 1? If there is a mistake here, we are searching for mistakes in the sentence. Can you solve number 1? What? What? Sham Hassan?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Yes, number 1. Wad. Read it, ya Wad, and solve it.
Okay.
Can you say which page again?
248. Okay, Wad, you'll answer 3. Sham, you'll answer 4. Okay? Number 1, Serene. Serene. Number 1. And number 2, Mariam Shaghdali. Yes, number 1, what is Serene? Is there any mistake?
Wait, Miss, I'm reading it. No, teacher, there isn't a mistake.
Yes, number 1 is correct. Number 2, Mariam Shaghdali, are you here? So, Malak Al-Haj, number 2.
Yes, Miss. Lincoln, who?
Where do I add commas?
We will put comma before who and after and before was.
Excellent, dear. So, who confronted session? Secession, it is an adjective clause and can be eliminated. Number 3, what?
Miss, is it correct?
No, dear. We have to add commas in here. Lincoln deployed the militia, which number 75,000. Here I have adjective clause that can be between 2 commas.
Yes, after militia.
Militia, after militia, and then I add which numbered 75,000 men, and then I add what? A comma, yes. Number 4, Sham Hassan. Sham.
Yes. Incidentally, the words all men are created equal come from the Gettysburg Address as well as from the Declaration of Independence.
It is
It's
after
correct.
introductory. We have introductory adverb. Introductory, it means it comes at the beginning.
After incidentally, you put a comma.
Excellent. Yes, after incidentally, I add a comma. Number 5, Judy.
Miss, can you hear me?
5. Judy, are you here?
Yes, Miss, can you hear me?
Yes. The Gettysburg Address.
Address Lincoln's most famous speech was written to dedicate a cemetery. Come after speech.
Yes, comma after speech, but what is the first comma? Here it's a positive.
Yes.
So Lincoln's most famous speech, all of it can be eliminated because it comes in the middle. So it has to be between 2 commas. So a comma before Lincoln's and a comma after speech. Number 6, Huda.
Miss, can I answer?
Yes, dear, after Huda. 6, Huda.
Yes, Miss. Yes. Number 6, Lincoln said that in fact the dead did not die.
And what's missed this, the last word?
In vain.
In
vain it means يعني for no purpose.
Okay, invade.
Not
So
in for no purpose with no result.
yeah.
Like null and vain. Yes, number 6.
Can we say no? In fact, the dead did not
Excellent.
die.
In fact, parenthetical expression. We
Yes.
omit parenthetical expression. Excellent. So we add a comma before in and after fact. Excellent. Who said want to solve after Huda? Yes. Ahdi will answer 8 and Harir will answer 9 and Arwa will answer 10. Okay? Number 7, go on.
Yes, Mrs. Lida Bixby, a woman from Boston, lost 2 sons in the war. We're gonna put commas around a woman from Boston.
Excellent. Why? Because it's what, Marie?
It's in a positive. It describes
A
the
positive.
woman.
Excellent, dear. Excellent. Now we have Arwa. 8. Arwa. Arwa, are you here? طب عهد.
Told me to tell you it. Put her on hold on.
عهد.
Yes, miss. 7 or 8.
Okay, you can answer 8. We said you'll answer 8. طب Layal, is Layal here? Can you answer 7, Layal?
Yes,
Can
miss.
you answer 8? I'm sorry. 8.
Okay. Lincoln wrote a letter to tell her that her son died on the altar of freedom. Is it correct?
It's correct. Excellent, dear. Excellent, Layal. عهد 9.
Yes, miss.
9, yeah.
The Welsh. I always ask for a chopsticks at Chinese and Japanese restaurants. It's correct?
Yes. So where do I add the commas? There should be commas in.
After and. I mean before and.
Before the 13th Amendment, which prohibited slavery, was passed in 1865. What can be eliminated and between 2 commas? Yeah.
Before which?
Yes, before which, because it's what and after what? Before which and after what?
After slavery?
Yes, because here which prohibited slavery is an adjective clause for the 13th Amendment. So it can be eliminated, which prohibited slavery can be eliminated. Okay, we go to number 10, Harir.
Teacher, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Harir, 10.
Lincoln's second inauguration, comma, was the first that African Americans attended.
Yes. Where did you add them?
After Lincoln's second inauguration,
Inauguration. I
comma,
can't add a comma D because it's the subject and I cannot separate the subject from the verb.
it's not after, it's not before was.
No. So it is correct sentence. It's a correct sentence. There is no need to add any commas. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, girls. I'll stop recording. If you have any questions,